Hey, welcome to our celebration for Easter Sunday of 2024. And we read the Gospel of John about the resurrection. Chapter 20, it says, "On the first day of the week, Mary Magdalene came to the tomb early in the morning, while it was still dark, and saw the stone removed from the tomb. So she ran and went to Simon Peter and the other disciple whom Jesus loved and told them, 'They have taken the Lord from the tomb, and we don't know where they put him.' So Peter and the other disciple went out and came to the tomb. They both ran, but the other disciple ran faster than Peter and arrived at the tomb first. He bent down and saw the burial cloths there, but did not go in. When Simon Peter arrived after him, he went into the tomb and saw the burial cloths there, and the cloth that had covered his head, not with the burial cloths, but rolled up in a separate place. Then the other disciple also went in, the one who had arrived at the tomb first, and he saw and believed. For they did not yet understand the scripture that he had to rise from the dead." This account of the resurrection, or the discovery of the empty tomb, it's got so many charming elements in it. First, that it's Mary Magdalene who first discovers it. First witness to the resurrection is a woman, which is something in that culture would have been unheard of, not taken seriously. But it's very much a part of the gospel that the first one who proclaims Jesus risen really is Mary Magdalene. She's the messenger. And Peter and John go running out to get to the tomb from wherever they were staying. And it's got that little detail that John, the younger one, got there first, and Peter probably came along huffing and puffing. But John had enough respect for Peter that he didn't go into the tomb. He waited for Peter so he could go in first. And then it's got the detail about them finding the burial cloth and the cloth that covered his face, that they were folded up separately. And, the Shroud of Turin, that's really what it is. They saw the image on that shroud of his face, of his whole body, and they must have been fascinated by that. And it said John saw and believed. But the most interesting part for me is that cryptic line at the end where it says, "They did not yet understand that he had to rise from the dead." I think that's a line that's just so loaded with meaning and depth to it. That, in what sense did he have to rise from the dead? Well, in one sense, he was God, so he couldn't be kept down by death. But also, there's a deeper meaning to that as well. That the work of redemption really wasn't accomplished simply by Jesus just dying a noble death for a good cause. That's not really what it was about. It was about breaking death and the power that death has over us, and overcoming sin and rising again, that God can give new life even after sin has taken over the world. And he can give us new life even if we've been killed off by sin. And he can bring us back, and then we can live forever. And that's the message of Easter. They didn't understand that yet, but they would soon. And hopefully we'll all understand that too, that it's only God who can overcome death and sin. And if we put our hope in Jesus, we'll rise again too.